know a black samurai on the new Assassin's Creed? Japanese here, sit your white ass down. So I was scrolling on Instagram and saw this post. I went to the comment field and there were a lot of white men saying that this is cultural appropriation. And me, as a Japanese, thought, but Yasuke actually existed. So to make sure my fellow Japanese people are on the same side with me, I went to X and looked it up in Japanese. And yes, they were on my side, saying that Yasuke actually existed and it's funny that foreigners don't like it. In 1627, an Italian missionary, Alessandro Galignano, came to Japan with his black slave. Oda Nobunaga, one of the strongest leaders back then, liked the slave so much because he was literally the first black person he's ever seen. So he negotiated Galignano to give the slave to him. Nobunaga named the slave Yasuke and gave him the status of Bushi, and he made Yasuke his servant. So yeah, black samurai did exist. So it is not cultural appropriation. Hope this helps.
でも始めましょう。Let me first start from the most famous foreign samurai, Yasuke. In the Civil War era, many slaves were brought to Japan by European merchants and diplomats. Yasuke was one of those slaves that was brought to Japan by Italian Jesuit. He was born in Africa, where Mozambique is now. Yasuke met the strongest samurai at that time, Oda Nobunaga, in 1580. Oda Nobunaga is the first samurai that almost conquered all of Japan. He was called the Devil due to his aggressive attitude and violent nature. This powerful samurai was very interested in his African slave, so he asked the Italian Jesuit to let him stay in Japan. The slave didn't have a name, so Nobunaga
You've got people in Africa, Chinese people. Look at their features. They got those Chinese features, the eyes, like the face in a lot of ways. Racism doesn't make sense because we all are connected to each other in some way. Prejudice, hate, all that doesn't make sense. This is the Jumosai tribe, and these guys are connected to that north side. Botswana, South Africa. My grandmother came from this tribe, kind of.
Downloading.
See why racism.
Alright, Shalom, this is Gamali Olive, Great Millstone, Atlanta. I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom. To all the Akim that are pushing out this truth and sincerity. Alright, it's a quick lesson, and it's going to be dealing with the videos that I just shared. You had people were outraged over the Japanese samurai Yasuke or Yasuke, however you pronounce it, but basically the Assassin's Creed game, people are saying, oh, the samurais wasn't black. Well, they were, and we actually go into that a lot. We mention that a lot. The fact that the samurai, a lot of the samurais were Jakes. All right, and were so-called Negroes. I'm sorry, and let me say this. When I say Jake, I'm talking about from the tribe of Jacob. All right, which is also Israel. Which is and in particular, we're talking about the tribe. In this case, we're talking about the tribe of Judah, which are the so-called Negroes. Okay, they would be the so-called Negro tribe. And that guy, the samurai Yasuke, was a slave. All right, and migrated to he was a slave, and then was brought to Japan. Okay, and then of course they told the story, but proving the point that Israel was scattered, man. That's the point being, is that Israel was scattered amongst the whole entire earth. And you also had on the flip side, you had the second video I showed, which was you had Asians in Africa, or Moabites. I believe those are Moabites that are dwelling in Africa. You know, which those are heathens, man. Those are Moabites. Those are actually Moabites with dark skin. Okay, so that goes to show you that this is not a thing of. And then you had the guy on the video talking about there's no such thing as racism. We're all the same. Well, no. That's just intermingled. I mean, that's just different people. They're just different people that a different tribe, a different nation of people that migrated to a different part of the earth. That's all it is. It ain't even, you know, any deeper than that. But the Lord is clearly only dealing with Israel, and Israel was scattered across the whole entire earth. All right, this is Isaiah 11:11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and Hamath and of the islands of the sea. And it says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Okay. And so the point being is that the Lord is going to just gather those outcasts, okay, the dispersed, the ones that were, you know, scattered and you know went to you know migrated somewhere else, you know, migrated to other parts of the earth. Okay, so. Let's see. That was a point on that. Now let's go to let's get Ephesians. Okay, because you had Israelites that were Ephesians 2:11, it says, wherefore remember that ye, being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called circumcision in the flesh made by hands. Now, the uncircumcised were the ones that were foreign to, or in the Gentile, you have Gentile foreigners, and the uncircumcised are the ones that are foreign to the customs and culture of Israel, you know, Israelites, the Israelites, all right. But the you know, and you had Gentile foreigners, okay. Verse 12, that at that time ye were without YAHAWASHI, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel and strangers from the covenants of the Most High. Covenants of promise, having no hope and without Yahweh in the world. Yeah, so you had people that were aliens. You had individuals that were aliens to the commonwealth of Israel. What does alien mean? Alien means, well, what is illegal alien today? A legal alien is somebody that's foreign to the land, okay? Which is, like I said, that's a word that's even used today. But it says being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, okay, and strangers from the covenant. So they didn't have, you know, they didn't have the covenants and the promise, having no hope and without Yahweh. But that's why YAHAWASHI is coming back to redeem those that were lost. Okay, the lost. You have the lost sheep of the house of Israel. What does that mean? Lost sheep. If everybody was just centralized in one place, then they wouldn't be lost. YAHAWASHI said he's here to gather the lost sheep. Why are they lost? Because they were scattered. They were spread out. Like I said, if they were all in one place, then there wouldn't be any need to call them lost. You know exactly where they are. It's them. They're there. All right. But this is the mysteries of the scripture. This is what Christians don't understand. This is what a lot of even Israelites don't understand. You know, because they'll say, "Oh, those are like on one instance, you know, they'll say the offspring of Yasuke, the so-called black samurai. They'll say, oh, that he had Japanese offspring. Those are Moabites. You know, those are Moabites over there in Japan. You know, all the black, so-called black offspring that were in Japan during that time, and even today, they'll look at those offspring today and be like, you Japanese, man, you a heathen, you a Moabite, and not knowing. And on the flip side, they'll be calling, yeah, those Africans, those Chinese Africans, they'll be calling them Jakes. But that's how ignorant people are. That's how ignorant, you know, people don't know. They don't know no better. So proving the point that dispersed, John 7:35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go? It's talking about YAHAWASHI. Whither will he go? That we shall not find him. Will he go into the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? And yeah, so that's that word dispersed, as I went into before. When you go into the blue letter, that word is diaspora. All right, or diaspora, however you want to pronounce it. But it says, will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? So why is it calling the Gentiles the dispersed among the Gentiles? Right here it says the dispersed among the Gentiles. All right. Yeah, because it's calling the Gentiles the dispersed. You have two different types of Gentiles, man. You have the Israelite foreigners, those that were alienated, the aliens, the scattered, the unnatural Gentiles. All right, and then you have the unnatural Gentiles are the Israelites, but the natural Gentiles are the heathens. Okay. All right, so you know, that's pretty much the point. I just wanted to touch on those points, and Lord will leave you edified. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Shalom.